You know, I like when they say family.
Because we family. We are.
Welcome to Rebrand Us.
We love you.
I love y'all.
What's up, Yashika?
Far too many times we try to build ourselves and act how other people want us to act. And so just not, you really are growing when you're not focusing on what other people's visions of you.
Sometimes you got to go to war to get your peace.
But sometimes you don't even know what peace is until after you've been through war.
All right, y'all, here we go. It's another Wednesday. We're excited. Y'all are excited. We hope everybody out there is ready to share this show and have a great Happy Black History Month. But besides, let me go ahead and say it one more time. Happy Black History Month. Y'all, we are in week number, in our case, it's week number 3, but technically week number 2 for you all. Happy Black History Month. We're so excited. We got great things going on all month long. Tonight, we don't disappoint. We're going to continue that thing going as well. Tonight, we got Big Country is on the show with us tonight, aka Benny Harris, sitting in the middle right there.
All right.
Lot. Absolutely, we're so excited to have him on the show tonight, y'all. We got a great show called Poison in the System, Fentanyl and the Black Community. Y'all, it's a rough situation going on, and we're going to talk a whole lot about that tonight. In addition to that, remember, everybody who's watching on Friday night, we are having an exciting birthday celebration in addition to a rebranded celebration at Grand Lux Cafe. We hope to see everybody there at 7 o'clock. Helen won't be there, but she will be in spirit. Also, y'all, don't let me forget, tonight, we are going to give some information out, and probably in the next week or so, we're going to have some people live on the show. We're going to start giving out a scholarship, $1,000 to 10 people. That's huge anywhere. So, Helen, you can tell some people out there in California as well. All right, y'all, we got a great show that's coming up for you today. We're going to talk about fentanyl. We have the amazing Benny Harris, all the way from my hometown. He's going to be on the show. Before I get to my co-host, let's go ahead and say what's up to our guest, Corey Rao. What's up, Corey? How you doing?
Hey.
He said, hello, my bad bunny.
That's the new one.
Carla says, hey,
what's up, Carla?
What's up? What's up, Helen? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm busy. My mind's a lot of places, but happy to be here for sure.
Oh, well, we're glad your spirit and your body and your mind, part of it, is right here with us today. Anyway, go ahead and tell them how they can reach you for all those people who are joining us for the first time.
Yes. Thank you. Honestly, Helen, most streaming platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, all the things. Feel free to follow, listen. Season 8 is here. We're active in it. And Sheikah was on the last episode, so you should check it out.
We got to share that episode.
Good time.
Absolutely. Hey, yo, Ace, what's happening, my man?
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing out there in TV land? Good to have y'all this evening. You could have been anywhere in the world.
She chose to be with us. What's up, Carla? She says, hey, everyone. Hello, rebranders to my mom. What's up, Yashika, a.k.a.
the birthday girl.
How old are you
Nice.
finna be?
Excuse you?
How old are you finna be?
What are you talking about?
I was just trying to see. I know your birthday was coming.
Who said that?
It's in the atmosphere.
I'm fine. Thank you for asking. I'm doing great. Thank everybody for asking. I'm doing real well. I'm here. I had a hard day.
Everybody out there, this is how old she's going to be.
Damn. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
All right, y'all. Last but not least, let's go ahead and welcome our first time guest. This is the first time he's ever been on the show. Probably didn't know too much about it before. All the way from my hometown. He's a deacon at his church, but most importantly, right now, he is the man of the hour, and he is our expert on fentanyl and the potency of it in our community. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together, and for all of you out there, please give us a clap emoji or something like that for Benny Harris.
What's going on? Benny Harris, brother.
Hey, country Benny Harris.
Hey, the best prevention is intervention. Be involved in your kids' life at every aspect of not just when they're grown. You have to start young, 7 years old. This stuff is already in our elementary schools.
Wow. Well, you know what? It sounds like Benny just went ahead and jumped right on in the conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in the conversation too. And I'm going to ask you, Benny, when did you realize that this was actually a problem in a danger in our community?
Actually, Anthony, when my daughter had the accidental fentanyl overdose in November 13th of 2022, I had heard very little about it. When my wife called me and told me what it was, I didn't even know what it was. I hadn't even heard of it. It was just a mystery to me. Fentanyl, I'm like, what is that? You know, I know about morphine, I know about heroin, I know about methamphetamine, cocaine, crack, LSD, you name it. I've heard all of that, but that's old. Those are drugs way back then. The new drugs on the street now, man, they are killing people in mass numbers, or they're killing by deceit. Because these illicit drugs that are on our streets, they look like the real thing. They look like prescription medication. You can't tell the difference in the prescription medication and those that you buy on the streets. They have put a lot of time and money and effort into their drug programs to attack our children. And the average person that had never even heard of fentanyl don't have a clue what it even is and how easy it can kill you and take your life. It kills by deceit. And so these drugs are targeting our children, and especially in our poor and Black neighborhoods where kids are poorly educated. They may be streetwise, but that doesn't do anything in this day and age with the way that they attack our children with their drug paraphernalia and their programs. They are not really looking for old people like us. They are looking for these adolescents as 7 years old and up. And so if they can get the young people into their drug stream to issuing out these drugs, that's a plus. That's a plus for them, because kids will listen to other kids, and kids usually get things from other kids. They're not going to ask their parents because they don't want you to know what they might be talking about or what they might be doing. So children make a huge difference if you can bring them on board and get these illicit drugs into the school. Even at the middle school, there's probably 6,000 kids over there, and so
okay, let's back it up. Let's back it up just a bit, because I know that you've been personal. One of my first questions I was going to ask is about how you've actually been personally touched by fentanyl. But before I ask you that question, I know that you said it a moment ago that your daughter passed away from it. I'll let you tell the people about that. But before we do that, Chris Dew said, here's a fun fact. Fentanyl was a DARPA program back in the 1980s. He also said, I was introduced to fentanyl for the first time in 91, and the first Gulf War in the form of lollipop. Instead of being given morphine syrup for my injury, I was given a lollipop, and when it changed colors, the corpsman knew it was time to take the lollipop from me because I had been properly dosed. He says, given the proper dosage, of course. Wow. So getting back into it real quick. So you have been personally affected by it. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I have. My daughter Angelica. She's actually my stepdaughter, but I raised her from 3 years old. And Angelica was just your average everyday kid. She'd come up watching Rugrats and all the funny cartoons. And in fact, her mom named her after that cartoon show, Rugrats. They named her Angelica because that was the little girl's name. And so, but Angelica was the average kid. She played, had fun. She had friends over, and she wasn't interested in a lot of other things. It's just being a kid. But she grew up and got into her young teens, and probably by age 16, her friends that she hung around with at school, they were all great kids, great families. But the thing about drugs, and the first time you ever try drugs, is you go into things looking for something, and what you get is usually blows your mind because it was just the marijuana and not doing anything real hard, and and then the cocaine come along, and maybe the methamphetamines. In her past drug history, it was mainly methamphetamines because methamphetamines is very easy to get. Cocaine as well. Cocaine is much cheaper because you can get it in the crack form as well as the powder. And so, and you take people that have took prescription medication, whether it be hydrocodone, oxycodone, Vicodin, Percocets, drugs of those type, even though they're pharmaceutical drugs, a lot of times parents may have them in their medicine cabinet in the bathroom rack where they're available to anyone that goes in there. And that stuff never crosses our mind. It really doesn't. And you really don't pay a whole lot of attention to that. But once she tried the methamphetamine, it didn't give her what she was looking for any longer. So kids start mixing things together and trying different things. And so you get that euphoria. It's usually a first time feeling that comes over you. And so you're looking for that feeling every time you try something. But you can never get that feeling ever again once you use. And so then you're chasing the dragon. It's what they call chasing the dragon. You're looking for that first time feeling that you got. It's nothing like that, and you're chasing the dragon, looking for that feeling once again. But Jellica had quit into her, early 20s. She quit for 5 years and was totally clean. She was being a great mom. She had a job. She had these at the time 3 boys, and then she added Liam in 2020. Liam was born, and so Liam was her baby, and he went everywhere with her. Every step she made, he was right there, and so she had started getting into her later 20s and taking jobs at these factories, and you meet new people and you hear people talking, and so at this particular time, she had some prescription medication that she had gotten from her doctor for her swollen feet, and it was just regular Tylenol, codeine in it, and she ran out of that and was having a lot of difficulty, a lot of pain. In matter of fact, I carried her to the hospital. She had to use a walker. It had gotten so bad, and she was just trying to tough it out. She made it through that weekend, and we thought everything was okay. She got her prescription refill and went back to work, and everything was good. Probably 6-8 months before this happened, my wife had a feeling, a suspicion that she might be doing something, but wasn't really sure. So she, kind of questioned her here and there on those. She was using substances again, and of course she denied that. So we had no real proof. But my wife had used when she was young, and she knows another person that has used know when someone is using. Trust me.
Right. Yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
And so, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, man. That's just listen to that.
Yeah. So,
yeah, of course. Well, I got one. Let me throw
exactly.
something out there. So I'm throwing this out there to everybody, really. So what do y'all think that so many people underestimate how powerful? I'm listening to the kids in the background. Who is that? I'm laughing at that.
That's my kids. I'm so sorry.
That's your kid. Okay, I'm sorry. Why do you think why do you think so many people underestimate the power, how powerful fentanyl really is? And I'm just gonna throw that to all of y'all.
Sad part about it, just like I'm listening to his stories, most of the deaths and passings away are labeled accidents. The person was taking drugs, but they didn't know anything about the fentanyl part. Most of the ones that you hear, it's being laced. And that's that's the crazy part. I learned about fentanyl. Actually, one of the drug addicts in my neighborhood that uses crack told me about fentanyl. He was like, "Man, these folks crazy. Boy, you heard about that fentanyl?" And I'm like, "Nah." And so that's the unfortunate thing. Some of them, it ain't even underestimate. They don't know until it's too late and you don't get a second chance.
Do you think that, for me, and I didn't know if I would be able to make it through this, because y'all know that fentanyl has affected me personally to the point where I'm not afraid to say that I cried to work and I cry home from work. And I've been doing that since June due to fentanyl, right? So I think for me, I guess my question would be, do you think that a lot of times do people know what they're taking? You don't know what you're being given. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times if your drug of choice, I don't think that's me. Your drug of choice may be, say, crack or cocaine, whatever. But it can be laced too, right? Because you never know what you're taking. That's why drugs bad. You don't know what you're taking. You're trusting a drug dealer, right? You trusting somebody to give you what they say they're giving you, but you're putting your trust in people. And I'm sure as drug addicts, do they really care? They just want the high. But, for me, when it comes to fentanyl, I don't know, but I've lost 2 people that I've known most of my life due to fentanyl. And so, to the point where for me, it's made me want to, can I be what can I do to help it? Because I've lost my people and that's it, and I'm grateful that I know these people and love them with my whole heart. There's nothing, but what is it that I can do now to save somebody else? That's what I'm looking to do. I talk to my mom about it all the time, and I want to, maybe I go to AA or NA or what can we do to help people?
Okay, we're gonna package that question up in just a minute. Hold on just a second. We're gonna package that up. We're gonna take a real quick break. But before we take this break, Schultz says, "Hi everyone, beautiful, amazing day here in Washington, D.C." What's up, Schultz? So nice. I thought I was high. Just feel good, Sonny. All right, hey fam. Hey, what's up, April? How you doing? And Chris also says, "I was at a shop rat for 30 years. General stores, Butler Automotive, Magna International, and prescription painkiller use." Was very common for a lot of people out on the floor, and it usually starts with a legitimate prescription and it leads to other things, and before you know it, you've been on these things for so long. When you get off, you get sick, and I can't, and I ain't gonna read the rest of it, but I know a situation where somebody finally just kicked it. They didn't wean themselves off and they just died. Hey, look, y'all, we're gonna take us a quick break, and Sheikah will package that up, and we have a game, y'all, for everybody out there. We are playing Who Sang It Best. That's one of y'all's favorite games. We'll see y'all in about 2 minutes.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space. This is enough fentanyl to kill you.
And if you think this is a lot, you'd be dead wrong.
So as an anesthesiologist, I give fentanyl to patients every single day. So let me tell you how it actually kills you. So first, the reason why you want to breathe isn't because of oxygen, it's actually because of carbon dioxide that builds up in your blood. So when you run, for example, you generate a lot of carbon dioxide, which then your brain senses and makes you breathe faster, you huff and puff. But fentanyl changes the threshold with which your brain does that, so your brain becomes less responsive to carbon dioxide. And all of the opioids do this, including your pain medications. And if you overdose, basically your brain just stops caring about breathing. And by the way, Narcan can reverse that in 2 to 3 minutes. That's something you inject into the nose. But otherwise, your brain just stops breathing and you suffocate.
Harriet walked through the dark so we could see. Rosa held her ground, changed history. James Baldwin told the truth, no disguise. Martin dreamed freedom in the firelight. Tony wrote our names so we wouldn't fade. Malcolm spoke power we were afraid to say. Maya sang hope when the world was cold. They passed us love.
All right, we are back. We are in the system, fentanyl and the black community. Thank y'all for joining us today, all of y'all who are watching, and thank y'all for the comments. Chris Dew, we appreciate it. We see your comment. We're gonna read that here in just a little bit, but I think before we went to the break, we're gonna give you 30 seconds to answer this one, Benny, because we got a game coming up that we have to do with sponsorship at 7:52. I believe the question is exactly what you're doing right now. What can she or we or anybody do to spread the word?
What we're doing right now, knowledge is power. If you want to save people, you have to give them the knowledge of what's happening in our community, what is going on. As my daughter didn't go out to purchase fentanyl, she went out to purchase pain pills, which was oxycodone, and on the street they're known as M30s. Okay, and as well as the Percocets and the hydrocodones, even the Xanax, and even anxiety medication. It's targeted and marketed to look like real pharmaceutical drugs that you go into your pharmacy and purchase. But unbeknown to the user, those drugs are laced with fentanyl. And 7 out of every 10 pills contains a lethal dose. A lethal dose is considered 2 milligrams. So in my daughter's case, she had 9.5 nanograms. I'm going to show you how powerful this stuff is. 9.5 nanograms. It takes 1,000 nanograms to make 1 milligram. And she didn't even take a half a pill. There was enough in that half a pill to kill another 15 people. And so if you are using illicit drugs and you don't know that it's been laced and you take that pill, that 1 pill can kill you. And so that was why the DEA launched a 1 pill kill campaign, because kids go to the street experimenting, not looking for fentanyl, but it's in the cocaine, it's in the methamphetamine, it's in the marijuana, it's even in the 1, 2, 3, and 4 vaping systems that we have. And if you happen to come in contact with a deadly dose, it's one and done. It could be your only and one time, but it can kill you just that one time.
That was very interesting to me, and we'll talk about this after the 8 o'clock break. But I don't understand why these drug dealers are lacing these things. You're killing your client. And I'm not saying that from a funny standpoint. I'm trying to like, why would you kill your clientele? That's something we can talk about a little bit later. But hey, look, right now it is time for us to play our game of the night. We played this game before. Some of them we've actually had. Everybody who's out there watching, go ahead and share right now. And most importantly, comment when you find the one that you think is the best. All right, y'all, before we do that, I'm going to read this quick comment. Chris, do it. Ain't quick, actually. Chris says, one of the problems with fentanyl in Central Texas right now is the Mexican cartels are pressing pills that look like oxys or benzos that are real popular. Instead, they're actually fentanyl, and a lot of people will get these and OD because the measuring process and the manufacturing process don't line up to where it should be. Yeah, that's it's really tough, and I think they're extremely cracking down on this. But anyway, hey y'all, it's about that time.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time!
All right, y'all. We got it up in the top right corner. Go to votetexas.gov. Y'all go there, vote. Next month is primary, or is it the midterms? We have to vote, y'all. So if you have not registered already, go to votetexas.gov. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have all our people watching from YouTube, Facebook, and all the other people that are watching right now. Tell me who sang it best. Benny, we want you to be the first one to tell us.
My baby's always dancing. It wouldn't be a bad thing, but I don't get no loving. That's no lie.
We spent the night in Frisco at every kind of disco. From that night I kissed our love goodbye. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie.
You know who won that?
No doubt. The Jacksons, baby.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
I
indeed.
know that wasn't the original.
You know, I'm biased.
Man,
I'm all biased on that one too. All right, the audience is coming in. Deborah says MJ. Adrian, what's up? Adrian says the Jacksons hand down. Anthony Mason, he says Michael Jackson, no doubt. Deborah Collette says Michael Jackson. All right, y'all here. Y'all ready for the next one?
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's do it. Well, you know what? Is that a Michael Jackson too? It might be. Let's see.
Here come old flat top, he come grooving up slowly. Got juju eyeball, he one holy roller. He got hair down to his knees. Got to be a yoga, he just do what he please. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now over me.
All right, that was a little long, but the comments are coming in. I got MJ,
Nope.
the
Not this
Beatles.
time, guys. Beatles.
Chris Deuce. MJ says, caller. Chris Deuce says, I'm going to have to go with MJ on that one. Really?
Really?
MJ says that. Okay.
Oh, y'all ain't doing that. Anthony, these must be all your people.
Hey, whatever King Ham said.
I think I
Hey,
like
Ham
it.
said the Beatles.
Yeah, I think so. I get what Michael was trying to do, but it sounded too like
I mean, couldn't control them hips on it.
It was too Michael Jackson. All right, y'all, here we go. Who sang it best? Benny, this is going to be never mind. Here we go.
Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. You want. What good is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. You want. Wow. Who? Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. You know nothing about no war. Everybody knows war. Yeah.
Listen to me. Wow, it ain't nothing but a heartbreak. Wow, friend only to the undertaker. Oh, wow, this is an enemy to all things. The thought of war blows my mind. War I despise, cause it means destruction of innocent lives. War means tears in thousands of mothers' eyes when their sons go off to fight and lose their life. I said, war.
All right, who we got?
What is it good for?
Everybody's saying Edwin. Edwin is coming in. Edwin. Okay, that was pretty easy. All right, y'all. I'm gonna cut the next few short.
I didn't know who Edwin was. I heard he was fine as HE double hockey sticks, but I didn't know who he was.
Edwin Starr. Okay.
Crazy.
Here, let's see. Who do we want to do? Let's see. Let's go with Al. Reverend.
I can fly like a bird in the sky. See, I can buy anything that money can buy. I can turn the gray sky blue. I can make it rain whenever I wanted to. Oh, I can tell a castle, come to sing on train of sand.
Dang,
That's a tough one.
What y'all think? Come on, audience. I want
Benny.
Benny.
What you think, Benny? Let Benny.
The Ferguson says Al Green. Benny, what you got?
Man, I'm gonna have to go with Al too. You know, that dude's voice just does something to your soul.
All right, y'all. Let's do what you want. We got a few more. We want one more. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's do a good long one.
It's not your situation, I just need contemplation over you. I'm not so systematic, it's just that I'm an addict for you. The only one that holds you, I never ever should have told you, you're my only girl. Just think how long I've known you. It's wrong for me to own you. Lock and key.
Met him in the club hanging out one night. He said, hello, I'm George. Hi, life. How's everything going, huh? How you doing? Hope everything's fine. Ooh, and can I call you sometimes? Can I get the digits and the address so I can come visit? I gave him the digits. That wasn't a problem. Cause if he caused any, I would have to solve him.
All right. What we doing, Benny? What we doing? The comments are coming in. The comments are steadily. Anthony Mason says Eric Benet. It's the vocal. Toto says Deborah Goodson. Chris Dew says, well, he went to Temptations way back when over Al. Eric and Faith. Okay. Al, the Temptations. Benny, who you got on that last one?
Temptations, man.
And
did the Temptations?
No, not out of Tim, but out of for Georgie Porgy.
What's the name of the song? Because I need
Georgie
all.
Georgie Porgy. That's the name of the song. Toto. Nobody asked me. I'm gonna tell you anyway.
I gotta say
Toto.
And I love the other two. But
I love the other two too, but Toto. I'm telling you, Toto tore that up. Y'all gotta admit that. Toto tore that up.
I can agree with that. I actually can agree with that. You know, that was going to be my second pick.
Yeah.
Wow, didn't learn something tonight. Didn't know that Toto did that song.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, y'all, we got a whole lot more.
Did it. They was the first one to do it.
Yeah, they did. They back probably in the 70s, I would imagine. You never go full. All right, y'all. Look, we got to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're talking with Benny. Poison in the system, fentanyl, and the Black community, y'all. Do you think schools and communities are doing enough to spread awareness? Why or why not, Benny? That's the question we got when we come back.
Trump said this week he left Louisiana and I went to Puerto Rico and I met with the president of the Virgin Islands.
So you are the president of Puerto Rico, and you are also the president of the Virgin Islands. So the question is, who the f*** was you talking to?
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. And it's a danger you might not see coming. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. A fraction of a raindrop, or 3 grains of salt. Your drugs don't come with an ingredients list. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, or smell it, or taste it. Fentanyl is one of the most common drugs involved in overdose deaths. Know the dangers. Learn the facts about fentanyl and ways to protect yourself at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
All right, y'all. We are back talking with Benny Harris about fentanyl, the poison in the system, fentanyl, in the Black community. Before we went on the break, the question was, do you think that the schools are doing enough?
No, I do not. They're not even hardly doing anything at all. Years ago, they had these drug programs, the DARE programs, Dare to Resist, and all of that, and that went on for a number of years. But they scratched that because it done absolutely nothing for drug awareness. It didn't do anything about rehabilitation, and it singled out all of the poor people. And so they scratched that program. But you said something earlier before that question about the drug dealers. And the reason is it's all about money. Why would they poison people when they know it's killing them? And unfortunately, it's all about money. This is a business. And if you can take something that is such a tiny amount, but yet so powerful, so it allows you to be able to cut much more of your narcotics because a little goes such a long way. And 8 out of 10 people that come in contact with fentanyl don't have a clue because they have never even heard of the street drugs being cut with fentanyl. And so everybody's fentanyl. And so now what these drug dealers are doing is switching to the nitidazine, which is 40 times stronger than the fentanyl is, because it's an animal tranquilizer. And when someone comes in contact with a dose of nitidazine, it's almost instantaneous death. Wow. It's much stronger than even the fentanyl is, which they said is 50 times stronger than heroin and 100 times stronger than morphine, where the nitidazine is 40 times stronger than that. And it's a drug that was made in the 50s, but it was deemed as Schedule I narcotic because it had absolutely no kind of value to humans. Humans would take it and die. And so that's why it was pulled off the market. So with all the talk being about the fentanyl, the drug dealers are switching over to the nitidazine, and much like the fentanyl, it's so strong that just a tiny bit, less than 2 milligrams, than 2 milligrams.
So I have a question. That's crazy. I never even heard of nitidazine. That's very interesting. I know we talked a little bit earlier about Angelica and you were telling us that she, I know she was on the pills and she was having pain. But can you just share a little bit more about like what happened? How did it happen? When did it happen? How old was she when it happened? Just if you mind sharing that.
Yes, I have this program that I do called Forever 28, and that's based on how old she was. She was 28 years old, a mother of 4, and she knew about illicit drugs on the street, but had no knowledge of the fentanyl because the drug dealers were bringing it across the border down in Mexico. And a little goes such a long ways. So, and that goes up the chain. It goes to the big guys, and then he distributes to the low level street dealers that are just basic everyday drug dealers. But even they may not know that these drugs have fentanyl in them. And so, what happens is that when you are first time user and you're experimenting with drugs, you know what your body can handle. But the fentanyl is so strong, just by accident, it could be one pill kill. And so, unbeknown to people that purchase drugs, because these drugs look so real, but like they say, they have no ingredients list. There's no quality control goes into these drugs. There's no list to tell you to call the poison center if you take them and you feel a certain way. Yeah. It's game over.
Do you think that there's
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Angelica went out to purchase these pain pills, which were oxycodone, and which that is also an opioid. What happened is that the pain pills are much more expensive. So a lot of the dealers started to switch back to heroin because it's much cheaper. But they're also cutting the heroin, they're also cutting the cocaine, and they also are even lacing the marijuana, and now they are lacing the vaping systems that people go in vape shops and buy.
Yeah.
They've been hacked. Those systems are being hacked. And they are injecting fentanyl and the titazine into the vape pipes. And so when you hit that vape pipe and activate the battery, it turns the heat to 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit. And so that what's create all of that smoke that you see around people when they use these vaping systems.
Yeah, that
and
big
so
white
it
smoke,
immediately goes to your bloodstream because the heat has detoxified it. It's called a detoxification process, and it makes it distributed through your system much quicker.
It's crazy.
But
do you think,
like I say, in 2022,
do you think that it's a source? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
In 2022, when someone died from fentanyl, it was considered an accidental poisoning. But House Bill 6 changed that from poisoning until murder. In other words, it's not accidental no more. It's when you give someone fentanyl now, it's considered murder because you knew that the fentanyl was in there and you chose to give it to someone and they took it and they died. So you are considered guilty of murder for poisoning someone. See, it was just an accidental overdose in 2022. That was changed in 2023.
Let's go to the comment. Oh, we'll go to the comments. Helen, I know you got something to say. Angelica was such a beautiful, sweet young lady with an amazing personality. I'm so glad that you are honoring her memory by helping others. Kay Hamp says schools cannot afford to have a consistent drug education program. Plus, there are people who lobby against these programs. Absolutely. I got to find another one of those shirts. Oh, we got you covered. Helen Ann, there's a president who endorses these, and Helen Ann also says endorses the banning of these drugs. I thought the president took 100,000 off the street, saving 100,000 lives a year or so ago. Isn't that funny? Helen Ann, you got something to say?
Yeah, to Helen Ann's point, one of the crazier facts that I learned about just drugs in general in the Black community is that it was sent by the government, and it was a self-sabotage setup. Like from the beginning, drugs was not in the Black community until it was introduced, and it was intentionally introduced. It wasn't no Black person going to another Black person and saying, "Hey, yo, you got that good coke? Let me get it." That coke, they didn't know what I was doing that. Except for
that was going to be my question. Do you think it's a census control? You know, when you say that they're in the vape houses now, they're being hacked, you know, all this stuff. Do you think that's a form of census control?
You know what? Hold on. Before you answer that question, let's go to a quick break. We're gonna come back from this break, and that's a great question to answer after we come back. We'll see y'all in about a minute.
He lit the dark so we could see. Louis Latimer electricity. Measured stars, they said he couldn't read. Banneker proved black minds free. Red light, green light, saved our lives. Gary Morgan designed the signs. Locked the doors, kept danger out. Murray Brown knew what safety's about. Sweet don't come without a cause. Really up made it safe for us. Heartbeat steady, circuits true. Otis Morgan powered you. Press the wrinkles, change the game. Sarah Boo won't fade away. From NASA dreams to backyard fun, Lonnie Johnson built it, son. Kept it cold so life could move. Jones preserved the future too.
Black History Month is already very special, but you know what would make this Black History Month extra special? Right.
It'd be the best Black history of our lives.
Why the hell do y'all? Why would y'all understand exactly?
That was hilarious.
That was very, very good. J. Hamp says you are correct, Helen. The TV series Snowfall is based on the injection of drugs by the government.
Horrible.
All right, y'all. Look, I think what happened on Facebook, I played a few songs about 20 minutes ago, and we were not able to play those songs on Facebook, but we could play them on YouTube. Nevertheless, our YouTube people are still there. Our Facebook people, they will have to go with it. I guess I can't speak to them right now. But anyway, going to the break. Before we jump back to the question that you had, I think it was Yashika who asked that question. Let me make a quick announcement real quick for all of y'all out there. We definitely need this to be seen. Out in DFW High School, calling all DFW High School seniors. I said California earlier. Scholarships are available. $1,000. Victoria Merchant, I think that's Sega Bay, something. She's going to be on the show in a couple of weeks anyway. Lift individuals through education, $1,000. Education majors only. Education majors only, so you must be a teacher. Hey, y'all, here's the phone number. Scholar February 27, 2026. There's no phone number, but it's www.lifesaves.org. It will be on our rebranders page. All right, y'all, definitely want to get that information out there. And they told me last year a lot of scholarships didn't get claimed, and they only give out 10, and I don't think any got claimed last year. So y'all be sure to go ahead and send that information. Educational. Before we went to the break, I think the question, I forgot what the question was all of a sudden. What was the question?
Do you think it's census control?
No, I do not. And the reason I say that is because when the logistics of narcotics leave Mexico, 80 to 90% of it is coming through by the border. And it's not coming through the ports of entry like the government is claiming. It's coming right down the pipeline. And so, and they don't really care who you are, because this stuff doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter if you're poor, if you're rich, if you have high social status, or if you're just an outcast. It has no boundaries. And I think the biggest thing and the biggest mistake that parents make is they're not telling their children basically anything about drugs. There's no conversation at all. And we call them awkward conversations. You have to have these awkward conversations early and often, because the statistics show that early drug intervention reduces use by 50%. So if you are talking to your kids when they're 7 years old and up, you are going to reduce their chances of using illegal substances by 50%. And that is a huge number. That's a huge number.
So I think you told me that it was over 100,000 deaths. Was it last
in
year alone?
2021? In 2021, there was 108,000 people died from drug overdose. 80% of that was fentanyl. 90% of those people did not know they was using fentanyl. They bought illicit drugs that were what they call fake pills. They're made to look like the real thing, but they're fentanyl. And so every 10 days, it was like 911 every 10 days. It's more than the Vietnam War and Desert Storm combined. Right now, in 2024, see, the government updates their system every 2 years. So everyone that dies last year and this year, we won't get those numbers until next year. But in 2024, there's still 80,000 people dying from drug overdose. And it is the #1 killer of kids aged 13 to 35 years old. It's the #1 cause, more than breast cancer, than prostate cancer, than gun violence, than accidents, more than those. And it is suicide is our #2 killer of young people. And the suicide is driven by the drugs that they're getting on the street.
Wow. Wow. We got to take another quick break real quick. And we want closing remarks from you after this.
Hey, yo, who we got on the show next week?
I appreciate you for asking that.
Closing remarks.
Good to be back. Once again, thanks for having me. What I can tell people and share with people firsthand knowledge is know your kid. No one should know your kid better than you. Talk to your kids. Have these conversations around the table. Have them early and have them often. Set boundaries for your kid and hold them accountable. Let them know there are consequences based on the choices that they make. Quiz your kids. Ask them, what would you do if you walked into the restroom and you saw one of your fellow students using drugs? What would you do? What would you say? Would you tell me about it? Would you tell a teacher? Or would you simply turn and walk away? You need to be asking these questions to your children.
Absolutely. And tell them how they can reach you and contact you.
They can contact me through my email address, Benny, BENNIE.Harris41@yahoo.com. They can contact me on Facebook, or they can simply just reach out. I have phone numbers on all of my flyers and my posters and material. The schools are not doing anything, even for Red Ribbon Week, which is in October. They're supposed to do something to deal with drugs. They don't do nothing here for much of the schools that we hear. I have been to the high school. I've been to several junior high schools outside of our county. But as far as Hopkins County, when someone dies from a drug overdose, they're not allowed to list it in a newspaper. So people do not realize that since 2022, since Angelica passed away, there have been a total of 25 kids here in Hopkins County. The youngest one, 16-year-old girl, died from an atitazine poisoning that she got from a family member.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Benny, for being on and giving us that bit of information. It's been great information, certainly educational for me. I appreciate it so much.
Definitely.
I think you've helped quite a few people. We're definitely going to put your information on our page, and hopefully it'll help even more. Hey, Benny, stay tuned to this part right here.
Have those tough conversations. Have those tough conversations with these kids, because the kids know more than the parents do, and you need to watch social media. Social media is the pipeline that drives these drugs. They don't need a drug dealer. All they need is a smartphone, TikTok, Instagram, you name it. It's all right there, and they can have it sent right to their door. So be on the lookout for suspicious packages coming to your house with no name, no return label. You need to be aware of everything that comes into your house and the people that your children hang around.
And Tori Wright says, great show. I love that we are having the hard conversations. Benny was very insightful. Thank you very much,
Thank
Benny.
you, sir.
Yashika, it's on you.
Yeah. Can I have a last word?
Yes, go ahead.
I
Go
know
ahead,
we talked
birthday
a lot
girl.
about kids. I know we talked a lot about kids, but what I will say because the people that I lost was 39 and 44. And so what I would say too is to just, even if your loved ones are in the struggle level, check on them, spend time with them, so that if they do pass, you don't feel like they're like you, oh, I should have, or I wish I could have. I think it's important for us to be, love is important. It's most important. It says love on my wall. I keep it everywhere. I got love everywhere I can find, because I think love is important. I think, kids, we talking to the kids and reaching them young, I think that's important, very important. But I think even the ones that's in their struggle, we need to love them, because just because somebody is addicted to a drug don't mean that they're not loved. Hearts break for people that pass from drugs, even if they 40 or 44 or whatever. So that's what I would say for everybody, is to love. Yep. That's right. Love them through
the stigma is
no
the
matter
stigma.
what.
Drug users are not bad people.
Unjudged love. You just love, and that's what I did. So I sleep well. I'm sad as hell. I can't deny it. I'm depressed as hell. I cry every day, but I don't cry because I wish I could have or should have. The people that I love know that I love them. You know what I mean? So I'm just sad because it's a new normal you got to get used to. AOACE.
Amen.
Who we got on the show next week?
I'm glad you asked. Well, next week, since we were talking about dangerous subjects, we'll be talking to another dangerous group. We were talking to rock climbers with stubby fingers, and we'll call the show "Get a Grip on Life."
Whoa! Wow! Awesome. Get a grip on life.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Vinny, you got to give us a score. Between 1 and 10, what's the score that you give on that one?
Man, I'm going somewhere above halfway. I'll give her a 7.
You gonna give him 7?
She deserves a 7. Yeah.
She could think she's
give her a 7.
Pat Pow. 7 good enough for.
We waiting on the audience to give us the number. But hey, thank y'all for certainly being here with us tonight.
Thank y'all so
Poison
much.
in the system, fentanyl, and the Black community. Such an important conversation. We appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all next week.